Welcome friends to Starry Hilders, back to Eden Garden, and it's fall, which means it's time to harvest our onions. Are you curious about onions? You have them in the garden, don't know when you need to pull them, don't know how to store them? We're going to talk about that and more. So let's get in the garden and get to work, because today is Onion Harvest Day. Yeah, and I'm kind of excited about it. Look closely, my friends, at my onions. I've got rows and rows of onions, and if you notice, all the tops now are flattened out and they look a little dead. And that's exactly when you know it's time to harvest those onions. Your onions will tell you. Those green luscious tops will start falling over, they'll start turning brown, and they look like they're kind of dying. Well, that means they are ready to be pulled. The other way you can tell when your onions are ready to be harvested and they're actually done growing is you will go and push on the very top of the onion, and if it is soft, that means that onion is now ready to be pulled. Now your next step is, when you think they're ready, is you want to go back out in your garden and kind of loosen the soil around the onion, and just do it like this, just kind of loosen up that soil, and then wait about 2 to 3 days. There you go, just like that. Just loosen it up. Here's another tip. Harvesting onions, usually you want to start pulling them before it really starts getting cold. Now, a lot of people would just leave them in the garden until that very first cold day, and actually today really is the very first cold day. So all my tops are brown and they're dead. I've got the soft spot on top of the onion, and today's the first cold day, and it's the end of summer. Time to harvest. I have such a huge amount of, this is just the first bucket, I have such a huge amount of onions, and you may too. You just pick a spot where it's going to be undisturbed, okay? And the other thing is, you do not have to do anything to the onions right now. You don't have to cut off these necks. That is going to be done after they dry. So all you're going to do is just spread them out in an area. Not hard to do, just like that. And you're going to let nature take its course. You're going to let the air and ventilation dry these onions naturally. The exciting part. I think it's exciting because as your onions cure, they're going to start looking like the onions you buy in the store. But better, because they're organic and you grew them. They're going to get papery on the outside. They're going to get kind of crispy on the outside. And after you see that happening, that's when it'll be time to bring them inside, cut the necks off, all the necks, and then you can store them for long-term usage. Yeah. Oh, this is so cool. But I've got hordes and 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 even more. But I will check back with you, friends, and show you exactly what the final product looks like. So let's give it 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay, everything is dry. Look at how beautiful these look. And depending on where you live, the drying time may vary, because we don't have a lot of humidity in our air, and this worked really, really well. Now the very final step is then you're going to be taking off the very tops, and then we're going to be figuring out how to store these long term. So these come off really easy. I just kind of twist, and just like that. See? Pretty cool, huh? Just like that. And that's it. And some, like this one's a little bit green. That's okay. I just twist it, and it's all good. All right? Beautiful. Clean them up a little bit.